Hey guys, my name is Gabriel Zendejas. I'm a junior here at San Diego State University. I am a kinesiology major and I did the ISEC individual volunteer program in Thailand this past summer. I was there for 6 weeks. I would first off to like to say that it was a great experience. It was something I never thought I would do. As far as uh, being a volunteer in another country for that long. I always envisioned myself volunteering, but as far as being in another country, that was a whole different story. But it was a life changing experience and an eye opening experience, I would have to say. Um, I would like to start off by thanking the ISEC program for allowing me to be a part of such a great program and being able to meet so many great people along the way. Not only for the other students from state that went on that trip, but also students from around the world, students from other universities, from Malaysia, University of Malaysia, universities from Brazil, Mexico, a lot of different places. That in and of itself was a great experience. But getting to the actual program itself, so what I did during those 6 weeks is I was placed in a school uh, where they taught kindergarten through sixth grade, and I was the English teacher there. Um, I wasn't alone. I wasn't the only English teacher there. There was also a teacher from Thailand who taught English but wasn't very fluent in it. So I was more of that how you say I would bridge the gap from her understanding what was really needed to be said and taught to the children. And then, of course, I took the classrooms into my own hands. I was hands on. Every day I taught two classes, and it varied. In the morning, I would teach the younger grades. Then in the afternoon, I would teach the older ones, fourth through sixth. Young in the morning, I'd be K through third grade. So that was great. That was a great experience. But in starting off in this class, HHS 350, and doing the readings, doing the quizzes, and things like that, and what I've read so far has really opened my eyes, but has also correlated to what I experienced in Thailand. As far as other parts of the world being below the poverty line and being in a dire situation of not having the proper health care, not having the proper food resources and things like that. I experienced that firsthand. Thailand by far is it's a great country, but at the same time, it's very they're pretty far behind in as far as healthcare and things of that nature. What I did see while I was teaching there and being a part of the school, um, the kids don't have the kids' dental health is very very bad. Um, not and it's not of their fault of their own. It's just the the health the healthcare system they have there isn't the greatest of quality, and I see children getting sick. Children sometimes there. I've had a student miss 2 weeks of school because she was sick, and they couldn't take her to the doctor. She had to wait until she felt good enough just to come to school, so that way the nurse at school could take care of her because her family couldn't afford to take her to the hospital. That was one of the hardest things for me to see because she was just in the most amount the worst pain I've ever seen a child be in. Um, I felt terrible. I felt sick to my stomach for her, being in that condition, and that's something that really opened my eyes. And is I felt like I need to do something once I get back here. I need to be a part of something that can change that. Um, so I myself am looking forward to my post graduation, getting into public health and possibly even taking that even further and doing global health and trying to go that route to help all these countries because just seeing her really hit me hard. Um, one benefit that they do have I guess you could say a double-edged sword of having such expensive or inadequate dental care, health care, is the children after lunch they brush their teeth, and it's something that I feel that in the U.S. we should do because that enables them not to have to worry about going to the dentist because they're taking care of their teeth. Not saying that they're not immune to getting cavities or things of that nature, but I mean, if you're able to brush your teeth after every meal, especially after lunch, and take care of yourself in those manners, uh, it will slow down the process of you having to go to the dentist because your personal hygiene is really good, and that's the one thing that it's another thing that I saw the children they were very um, aware of their hygiene and they were always showered, they were always come to school clean, even though the schools have concrete floors, the kids are running and playing on the concrete floors and this and that. It's the kids are very aware of the situation they're in and they try their best to make the best of it and to keep themselves healthy. Um, so that hit me really hard. That was a really big thing that I noticed. Another thing I would have to say was the kids were very eager to learn English, and also they were very to just to get to know me, very eager to get to know me. Excuse me, because they had never seen someone a foreigner. They had always only been around Thai people, only been around people of their culture and their race. And when I came along, it was just like seeing uh, seeing someone out of a book or seeing someone out of a movie or something. Like they were just thought there was just an awe, and um, but after a while they warmed up and they just couldn't get enough of what I had to offer them, and I couldn't get enough of what they had to offer me. I learned so much about myself through them. The eagerness, the willingness to learn, and no matter what barrier there was standing in between us, whether it be language, whether it be physicality, anything of that nature, they were always wanted to be a part of me, and that's what I opened myself up to was trying to be a part of them, trying to immerse myself in their culture, and I had a great experience. Um, some other things I learned about their culture were uh, the different religions that they have. You know, Islamic, um, Buddhism, and some even in some cases Hinduism. And along that process, I saw how respectful they were and how appreciative they were of even the most minute things that they received. They were so grateful for it, and even the adults themselves were just extremely grateful for the things that they have, as opposed to many people here in the U.S. aren't very like they take things for granted and they seem to not necessarily care for one another, as opposed to in Thailand where everyone there is about making things better for one another, and that is very good to see, especially in a place where the resources and the commodities are slim to none. And that is, I'm sorry, the picture went out. I didn't make it long enough, but that's something that I feel that we can we can gain from this type of experience, and I hope um, those of you who will see this or hear this and are taking this class, or just in general, anyone that listening to this, don't be afraid to reach out to how do I say this? Don't be afraid to reach out. Like don't be afraid to get out there and explore and help because it goes a long way. And there are people in greater need than we are. I mean, as college students, we complain, maybe this midterm was too hard, that final was ridiculous, yada yada. So, but there's people out there that won't even make it to high school. One of my students, 16 years old, he's in the fifth grade. That's because his parents didn't have enough money to send him to school. So, we take a lot of things for granted here in the U.S. and we can push the envelope, you know, push the, how can I say this? We can push the threshold. We can take what these programs are trying to do to a whole nother level in our professional careers. Um, that's something I want you guys to think about, and it's something that I thought about, especially over the time while I was there, and it really changed my mind on how I wanted to approach the rest of my career and life. It There was so much that just caught my eye, and I'm glad I experienced that. I would do it again, time and time and again if I had the opportunity to. Um, and getting back to this relating to HHS 350, this program and experience completely goes along with everything they talk about as far as um, you know the people living below the poverty line, being able to afford, like, things of that nature, income inequality, income inequity, things of that nature. This you if you have to go experience that and honest, and you'll see it come to fruition. As bad as that sounds, you will see it come to light, and you are going to be able to understand that this this world that we live in is a very hard world to live in, especially now. And with companies making more money off of the smaller countries that cannot afford to fight back, is what really hurts to see. As well as in one of the readings we did last week, or excuse me, this week, and the videos we watched, it was just so hard to see that the poor are getting poorer and the rich are getting richer, and people say it, but a lot of people don't believe it, but it's the actual truth. And we can really fight this. I feel that we, as a group, as a collective group, as a society, and especially us that are getting an education at this high of a level, we can really do a lot to change it. But we have to want to do it. And um, this program has made me, change my perspective on a lot of things. Um, I hope you guys get to experience it, or those of you who have experienced it feel the same way, because I mean there was nothing greater than seeing the joy on the kids' faces when I, you know, help them learn, and when I help them speak English, because they want to. There's the children um, around the world want that want that chance to push ahead, and we have to be the stepping stone in helping them achieve that. And we can do this. This program, like I said, changed a lot in my life, done a lot for me. I would do it again, hands down, 10 times over. Um, and yeah, I mean, I can go on forever in this video, but I'm only allowed a certain amount of time. So I just wanted to leave you guys with one thing. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to help out anyone or anything, animals included. Don't be afraid to reach out. Um, I hope this was, you know, gets your thoughts going on doing so. And yeah, appreciate you listening, and hopefully maybe I'll see you around campus, or you'll contact me, and we'll go from there. Thank you.